Hello besties, welcome back to my book channel. Today we are filming my favorite video of the month and we are spinning for my May TBR. I can't believe it. Guys, you'll hear more about this in my wrap up video, but I just want to let you know that I have done so well on my March my April TBR, and I just felt like you guys would be so proud of me for doing such a good job on my April TBR. And so I feel very refreshed and excited and motivated going into May. I will also mention that because I did such a good job with my April TBR and I kind of read everything that was on my radar, I don't really know what I'm in the mood to read in the upcoming month. So when I put the TBR wheel together, I kind of just threw everything into it that I was excited about. And we'll see. Again, I don't know what I'm in the mood for. So fingers crossed the TBR wheel knows what I'm in the mood for. And then we have another great reading month. I think that's it for this introduction though. So let's jump into the wheel and pick my May reads. As you guys would have seen, I did pull all of the books from my physical TBR that I am thinking that I could be in the mood for reading in the upcoming month. And as you guys can see, it's a bit of a shorter stack because we are flying through the physical TBR right now. I think left on my shelf, I have 2 books that I wasn't in the mood for reading plus these. So you'll see all of these in the wheel, and then anything that you guys do not see in this stack is either available from my library or Kindle Unlimited. So I'm really excited about all of these books. Let's pull up the wheel and get right into it. You guys should now be able to see my screen. And like I said, all of those books from my physical TBR are in the wheel. And then I have a few that I'm really excited about that I could get from my library, Kindle. You guys know the drill. So I think we're gonna just spin. We're gonna just spin and hope that the wheel knows what I want to read in the upcoming month, because quite frankly, I have no idea what I feel like reading. Stop. Oh, yay. When in Rome by Sarah Adams. This is perfect. As I was reading this month in April, I realized I checked my Goodreads. I had only read 1 true romance for this entire year so far, and I think I'm getting close to 20 books at this point, and I love romance. And so the last 2 or 3 books have low-key all been romance because I just realized that I haven't read any, and there were some exciting new releases that came out, and again, you'll hear all about that in my wrap up. And so I've kind of just been in a romance mood. I think my body and my brain realized how just lacking I've been in romance books, and this is the first book in what I believe is a 4-book long romance series. They're interconnected standalones, so you do not have to read them in order. And in this book, we have our 2 main characters, one of whom is a celebrity, and she winds up in Rome, Kentucky. And I think her car maybe breaks down and she ends up staying with this guy who's a chef. I think she's the celebrity, he's a chef. If I've butchered this, I'm so sorry. I have heard so many people talk about this book and I still haven't read the back of it, so I think that's right. You guys know me, the less I know about my books, the better. I just want general vibes. So that is book number 1, When in Rome by Sarah Adams. It is now time to spin for book number 2. And if you guys are new here, I like to spin for about 6 books every single month. Oh, I forgot to take that one out. I do this every time. You guys know the drill already. Heat of the Everflame by Penn Cole. I have the tendency to forget to remove books that I have already selected, so sometimes the wheel does choose them again, so I'll be sure to remove both this book and When in Rome for the next spin. But I was saying that I like to choose 6 books because I tend to read about 4 books a month, which I know isn't anything crazy compared to a lot of creators here on booktube, but I do have a full-time job and I run a small business on the side, and so I just do not have time to read more books. So if I spin for 6 and then read 4, it gives me good variety and options. But as I said, we have Heat of the Everflame by Penn Cole. This is book 3 in the Spark of the Everflame series. It's an adult fantasy series. I do not own this one, but this book is on Kindle Unlimited. This entire series is Kindle Unlimited. So if you guys have been trying to find a good book or series to pick up, on KU. I highly recommend these ones so far. I won't get into it too much, but basically in this series we have a world where there are humans and then there are also these creatures, like magical beings, I guess, that are half human and half god. And it's very separated. They do not live together. But DM, our female main character, her mom goes missing. They're both mortals. And she ends up kind of getting wrapped up in a lot of the happenings with these magical people. They're called Descended, and it's really, really fun. I loved the first book. I gave it a 4.5. I really enjoyed the second book. I think I gave that one a 4, and I just feel like there's 5-star potential here. My big thing is DM is so frustrating as a main character. Like, love the series, but DM drives me kind of crazy. So if we can get her kind of under control, if we can get some good character growth and character development, I think I will absolutely love the third book in the series and potentially rate it 5 stars. I think I also just haven't read a fantasy series in a while that feels really new and feels really fresh. A lot of books that I've picked up just, I don't know, on purpose, on accident, feel like a lot of other fantasy, romantasy books that I've read in the past. And so when I picked up this series and they felt kind of fresh and different, I really appreciated them. And so I'm excited about Heat of the Everflame. These books are so long. And I've been doing really good with my big book fear, my big book issues lately. Like, I've just been picking up big books no matter what. So I think it's really just going to come down to if I'm in the mood to pick up this book. But like right now, that sounds really good. It does sound really good to me. Okay, so I'm going to hide this one, and I'm also going to hide When in Rome. Those two are gone. Time to spin for our third book. Okay, this is good. We have fantasy and romance so far. So, and it looks like we're going to get another romance. I think this is the TBR wheel telling me that I absolutely need to read this book. I think out of the 5 TBR wheel videos that I have done this year, this book has gotten chosen for 3 of them now, including this one. And guys, I'm so sorry. I just do not tend to enjoy YA romances. And so I keep telling myself that I am going to love this book. I'm going to read this book. And I am. This is true. I'm going to read it. I hopefully will love it. I'm just having a hard time picking it up. Like, when it gets to the end of the month and I have a few options left, I just never feel like picking this one up. I will say, technically I've started it and I'm on page 11. So the vibes were good so far. It definitely did feel like youthful and juvenile to me, but not in a bad way at this point. This book is about our main character, Liz, and all I really know about her is that she is a hopeless romantic. She grew up watching rom-coms with her mom. Like, they really bonded and connected over rom-coms. And so she has a hard time with like dating and stuff in high school because she has this very high standard of these men who do like huge grand gestures and all of that kind of thing. And so she's having a hard time finding that, especially with like high school boys. It sounds really cute. It sounds really fun. I do think that now that we're getting into poolside weather here in Texas, things are definitely heating up, you could say. I've been reading a lot of my romance books by the pool, and I do think that this is going to be the perfect book to read by the pool. So guys, go yell at me in the comments because I hear you and I love you and I'm so grateful for you. And I know that I need to pick this book up. I just have a hard time. Like, once the camera's off and I'm not reading my YouTube comments, things get hard. I have to face my demons. And so we're going to do it. We're going to do it, guys. Bully me. I'm giving you permission to bully me about this book only in the comment section down below. Before we move on to my next book, I did just want to let you guys know that signups for my meal club are officially open for the June meal club. If you sign up by May 1st, you will be signed up for the June letter. And if you guys are new to me or my channel, this is part of my small business that I run where I send physical letters to my subscribers in the mail every single month in an attempt to connect with people offline in a very digital world. I send people bookmarks and a newspaper that I write about books coming out, things going on in the literary community. I also send a personal letter and also a word game so we can all be crafty and offline and be encouraged to read our books. And it is so much fun. Some of you guys actually have written me back and I have written you guys back literal handwritten personal letters, and it is just the light of my life. I have so much fun doing it, and every every single time one of you guys like signs up. Like, you changed my life. And so yeah, I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. And so if you happen to be the kind of person who is passionate about things that are reading related or just being offline, I am going to link all of that information in my description box down below. And it's a fun thing to look forward to in the mail every single month. So I'm going to leave all of that down below. And now let's spin for our next book. All right, we're 3 books in, which means we have 3 books left to go. And I'm feeling like we have enough romance. So I'm gonna just sprinkle vibes to the wheel that say not a romance, and we'll see what we get. The Bright Years by Sarah DeMoff. This is perfect. This is exactly what we wanted, a diversity of genres. And fun thing about this book, I am actually going to see Sarah DeMoff talk about her book. I found tickets online to go see her talk. So me and some of my besties are going to see Sarah DeMoff talk about The Bright Years. And your ticket to her talk counts towards the book. So basically you kind of end up getting like the book and the talk with her all for the same price. It's a pretty intimate thing also, and I'm really, really excited about that. I have it in about a week. So, oh my gosh, so by the time this video goes up, I will have already seen Sarah DeMoff talk and have my physical copy of this book. I have heard so many people just be absolutely obsessed with this book. It's fiction, literary fiction. All that I know, guys, is it's really sad. And I think there are something to do with like a family or family dynamics, that kind of thing. And I love a book where we can connect with the characters and it makes me cry. Those are my 2 favorite things. I think that's why I love romance and fiction so much. Fantasy too, I don't know. I go back and forth. And so I've just seen so many of my favorite creators love this book. One of my besties in real life loves this book. And you guys have like commented down below about this book, and I'm really excited to pick it up and just like go see the author. I never go to author talks, and I want to start doing that more. There are so many in Dallas, and that's where I'm located. And so if I just like make the drive out to go see some of these talks, I feel like that would be so much fun. So that is book number 4. Book number 4 is The Bright Years by Sarah DeMoff. I'm definitely very happy and very excited about that because I'm literally going to buy this book basically from the author herself, which is so cool. Okay, book number 5. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. Book number 5 is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. This is a book that I haven't owned for too long now. I got this in a White Elephant book exchange with some of my besties over the holidays. We did like a big, actually it was so much fun. I guess that is kind of a while ago now, 4 months ago now. I do not like when books are sitting on my shelf for a long time. I have a very short tolerance for that. And so this book is kind of starting to reach that point where I'm like, ooh, you've been sitting there for too long and I think I'm gonna love you. I need to read you. If you guys know me, V.E. Schwab is one of my favorite authors. She wrote my all-time favorite series, which is the Darker Shades of Magic series. I love those books so much. And I read her newest book, Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil, absolutely loved it. And I think it's kind of like clinically insane that I haven't read this book yet. I do have that problem where I push off anticipated books and releases from my favorite authors. Not sure why I do that. Life is too short. Read the books that you think you're going to love, right? So I'm really excited about this book. This is a fantasy story. It's historical fantasy taking place in France in, it says 1714. And we have our main character, Addie, who she makes some kind of deal or some kind of arrangement at the beginning of this book where I think she has an eternal life, like she's immortal, she can't die, but it was in exchange for people being able to remember her. So like anytime she meets someone, shortly after that interaction, they forget who she is instantly. And I'm pretty sure this book starts, so it starts in France, then 300 years later, we're with her in, I don't know where, and someone remembers her. And it's like crazy. I think this is definitely a 5-star prediction for me. I don't know why I keep putting it off. I think I keep telling myself, no, it's not the right time of year yet. No, because this is giving fall to me. It's not the right time of year yet. I don't need a 5-star right now, but girl, I always need a 5-star. And so many of you guys love this book. And that makes me really excited. And I trust you guys more than anybody because y'all know my taste. better than literally anybody. So I'm excited about this. I think I'm gonna absolutely love it, which is equally exciting and terrifying because high expectations can let you down. So yeah, I'm gonna try to prioritize. This is so hard. I try to prioritize everything, okay? The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I'm excited. I need to read this. Okay, besties, we have 6 books left in the wheel, but 1 book left to go for my official May TBR. And as I'm looking at this, quite honestly, the book that I kind of needed to choose is Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas, because you guys know I am trying to read 1 SJM book a month leading up to the release of her newest ACOTAR book. And so my plan is to kind of alternate between ACOTAR and Crescent City. So ACOTAR is really fresh in my mind by the time that the new ACOTAR book comes out, and I've never read Crescent City before. So that is kind of would be great. Also, am craving Abby Jimenez. I've already pulled a lot of romances, so it's okay if I don't get that. And then all of the other ones just look absolutely fabulous. So I like to be honest with you guys, because sometimes I do have like personal goals, like personal reading goals that don't perfectly align with the TBR wheel. Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Oh my gosh. Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. You guys know this happens to me all the time. I'm like talking about the books that I want, and I would say, I don't know, 70% of the time, I actively am speaking about the book I want, and then the TBR wheel actively gives me something else. So this is rare. Y'all know that this is rare. I'm so happy about this. I was just going to say before that sometimes I have reading plans that do not perfectly align with what the wheel chooses, and I like to be like as honest and transparent as possible, and also read everything that the wheel picks for me. It's really helpful actually in terms of prioritizing my reads. So this is exciting. I had a 1 in 6 chance of reading this book. What's half of 33%? That to read this book. Shockingly, guys, I don't actually know a ton about this book. All that I really do know is it takes place in modern day. It's urban fantasy. There's like, I don't know, like cell phones and like things that exist in modern day that do not exist at all in her other books. I've heard that there's some crossover between her series as we make our way further into this one. The only reason, quite honestly, I haven't read this book yet, or like this series, is because people have said over and over again that it's very confusing. And I don't love to be confused, as I think is a common experience for a lot of people. So I've had some hesitance when it comes to picking up this book, but I am really excited, and I want to be so in the know and so locked in when the new ACOTAR book comes out. I want to be one of those girls who reads it right when it comes out. Normally I'm way behind the bandwagon, a lot of the books that I pick up are they were popular a year ago. So I'm trying to lock in and be totally up to date with this series, because I am shamelessly a huge ACOTAR fan. I do. If you know what, that's just how it is for me. I love those books, and I've been rereading them, and they're honestly even better the second time. So that is so exciting. And if you guys, I know some of you guys are doing a reread too. I feel like we're kind of doing it together. We've talked about it a little bit in the comments. This is so fun. What a great TBR. Let's review the official May TBR. Starting out with the physical books, the first book that the TBR wheel has chosen is When in Rome by Sarah Adams. Then we have Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. And then books that I do not own, we have The Bright Years by Sarah DeMoff, Heat of the Everflame by Penn Cole, and Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. If you guys have read any of these books, please let me know. I would also love to hear what is on your May TBR. Please fill me in. What should I be reading right now? And if you guys, again, are interested in signing up for my meal club, the Cozy Reader Club, all about reading and being cozy and connecting offline, I'm going to link all of that information in the description box down below. I would absolutely love to have you. And of course, if you made it all the way to this point in the video, Comment down below the cupcake emoji for When in Rome, because it looks like they're baking sweets on the cover, and I think that's really cute. But I think that's gonna be it for me. I hope you guys are having the absolute best day and the absolute best reading month, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.